Tera-based resource presents a computer-based training tagged CBT Nuggets on creating table of contents in Word 2013. The question is, how can table of contents be created? As you can see an end user asking, how do I create table of contents? Anyone might want to ask that question. So to achieve that, we'll start from the screenshot where we already have text displayed on the page labeled as information, communication, and technology. We're assuming that these are the titles. So step one is that you click beside your prospective title, subtitle, or sub-subtitle. Now the end user decides which text is the title, which is the subtitle, and also which is the sub-subtitle. So the decisions are solely meant for the end user to make. The application only takes instruction and acts accordingly. So once you click beside information, it takes us to the second step. And for this second step is that you now click on heading 1. You assign the style to the text. Don't forget, this is the ribbon of our home tab. By the right, you'll see your styles group. And within the styles group, you get to see different styles for your text. The default is normal, no spacing. We then have heading 1, heading 2, down to heading 4. We also have more styles than that. We also have title, several styles. But what we are concerned with is our intention of inserting table of content, which would have to insert based on heading 1, 2, and 3. So once you click on heading 1, the text will now reflect the style. Furthermore, it now takes us to step 3. And from step 3, you click beside communication. Once you click beside communication, we then proceed to the fourth step where we'll click on heading 1. Just by clicking on communication, you click on heading 1 and you notice the similarity that exists between both texts. Furthermore, we'll now proceed to the fifth step where we'll click beside the text technology. As soon as you do that, it takes us to the sixth step where you click on heading 1. Now, as soon as you click on heading 1, it also changes the text from what it was to what it now currently looks like with the same style with information, communication, as well as technology. And once you do that, you then press Ctrl Home for your cursor to travel to the top left of your text, which is just beside information, after which you click on Insert tab. Just by clicking on the Insert tab, it displays the content of the Insert tab. Now this is the ribbon of our Insert tab. And straight ahead from this ribbon, we then click on Blank Page. As soon as you click on Blank Page, a blank page will be created, which you'll now start by pressing Ctrl Home from your keyboard first. It's only after you've pressed Ctrl Home that the cursor will travel to the top left of the blank page, after which you then click on References from the ribbon. Once you click on References, it takes us to the 10th step. And from this 10th step, you'd now be left with the option of clicking on Table of Contents menu. Now, once you click on this menu, straight ahead, it displays the content, which is labeled Automatic Table 1, Automatic Table 2, Manual Table, More, Custom Table of Contents, and Remove Table. Now, once you click on it, straight ahead, it takes you to the 11th step. And from this 11th step, you are now left with the option of clicking on Automatic Table 2. It's a choice thing. You can click on Automatic Table 1, 2, or Manual Table. But for this practice, we've decided to click on Automatic Table 2. After which, straight ahead, you will discover that your table of content has now been displayed. To the left, you have your text, and by the right, you have the page numbers displayed. However, that's theory. So for now, let's practice. Now, from this screen layout, you'll notice that the text has been labeled. And this is how it goes. Currently, our cursor is blinking beside information. As you can see, this is a styles group, and the default style is normal. So now that we've clicked beside information, we'll then click on heading 1. Now we've assigned style to this text. Just by assigning this style, you will notice the font color and style has completely changed, reflecting the style we assigned to it. Secondly, I'll click beside Smart Learning, labeled as 1.1, a subtitle under 1.0. This time around, I'll click on heading 2. So note, heading 1 for the title, heading 2 for the subtitle, which we've just done. I'll also click beside Smart Classroom, which is labeled 1.2, and I'll also do same by clicking on heading 2. Just by doing that, you will now see the similarities between Smart Classroom and Smart Learning. Smart Learning is 1.1. Smart Classroom is labeled 1.2. Both of them are subtitles under 1.0, which is information. I'll now scroll downwards and click beside communication, labeled 2.0. Now 1.0 and 2.0 are both titles. So watch, I'll now click on heading 1. Just by clicking on heading 1, I've assigned a title style to the text communication. After which I'll click beside 2.1 virtual classroom and I'll assign heading 2 because it's a subtitle. I'll also do same for online marketing and I'll click on heading 2 and it reflects the same font style. I'll now proceed to the next page and click beside technology. Now once I click beside technology, I'll then assign heading 1. I'll also click beside internet banking and I'll assign heading 2. Furthermore, I'll click beside mobile banking labeled 3.2 and I'll also click on heading 2. I'll then proceed and also click beside 3.3 electronic branches and then assign heading 2. That's because 3.1, 3.2, 3.3 are all subtitles under 3.0. Now that I've done this from my keyboard, I'll then press Ctrl Home to take me to the topmost part, top left of this first page where I have information blinking. Remember from our tutorial, we said what you do at this stage is to click on Insert tab, which I've done. Now this is the ribbon of the Insert tab. It looks different from the Home tab. The essence of coming here is to enable me create a blank page. Now from the pages group at the top left, we have cover page, blank page, page break. I'll then click on blank page. Currently my mouse pointer is on it. I'll click on it just once and straight ahead from our page, you notice that what used to be page 1 information has now been pushed downwards to the beginning of page 2. At the top we have a blank page, of which from my keyboard I'll then press Ctrl Home to travel to the top left of the blank page, which currently is at page 1. After which I'll then click on, from my ribbon, you can see Insert, Design, Page Layout, References. I'll then click on References tab. Just by clicking on References tab, you get to see the content of this ribbon. Our concern is at the top left and the first menu labeled Table of Contents. Currently, I've placed my mouse pointer on it. I'm yet to click, but I'll go ahead now and click. Once you click on the Table of Contents menu, you get to see the built-in contents. The first option is table of automatic table 1. Second is automatic table 2. The third is manual table. So you are at liberty to use either of them. For the sake of practice, we'll settle for automatic table 2. And I'll do that by placing my mouse pointer on it as I've done, and I'll click once. Just by clicking, we now have our table of contents displayed, starting with 1.0 downwards. Note, the table of the texts are aligned to the left, while the page numbers are aligned to the right. So this is how simple it is for you to insert your table of contents. Imagine a scenario where your project supervisor tells you he wants a different format other than this. All you need to do at this stage is to click on any text, preferably the title of your table of contents. Once you click, slide your mouse pointer to the ribbon and you click on Table of Contents menu. Once you do that, slide your mouse pointer downwards, bottom left from the menu, and click on the second to the last option labeled Custom Table of Contents. You want to customize it further. Once you click, straight ahead, it activates the Table of Contents dialog box, as we've seen. The only active tab is the Table of Contents tab. And from our preview window, you'll notice that the content of this preview template gives us a replica of what the table of content looks like. By the left, we have show page numbers, it is checked. Align pages, align page numbers, right align page numbers is also checked, which is why our text is like the left and the page numbers are aligned to the right. Now beneath general, you notice we have formats and show levels, 2 items. So to change the format of this table of content, we'll click on the drop down arrow of formats. Once you do, you have different options to choose from. So we have from templates, classic, distinctive, fancy, modern, of which what we have displayed is a fancy style. Now let me click on formal. Clicking on formal, this is what you get to see. Furthermore, clicking on simple, you also get to see this format. Aside from that, you might want to click on classic. When you click on classic, you will notice that not the line that used to appear beneath heading 1 to the page number has been disengaged. Furthermore, when you click on distinctive, the line will be visible. So let's settle for classic. Now that we've clicked on it, bottom right, you notice there is the heading and the page numbers are no longer underlined. You then click on OK. And as soon as you do that, straight ahead, the application would ask you a question. Do you want to replace the selected table of contents? You then click on yes. And as soon as you do that, watch. It has substituted the previous format with the recent, but still the same table of content. Someone might want to ask the essence of doing this. Now, it's to enable you navigate from your table of contents page to the precise content in your write-up. Let's assume I intend navigating from my table of contents page to internet banking, a subtitle under technology. All I need is to place my mouse pointer. You can see my mouse pointer, I'm shaking it beside internet banking. I'll place it on the text internet banking. And once you do that, I'll then press the control key from my keyboard. Just by pressing it down, you'll notice that the symbol of the mouse pointer has changed to a human finger. I'll then go ahead and click just once. Once I click once, I'll remove my finger from the keyboard, and straight ahead, you'll notice that the cursor is now blinking beside the selected text we actually navigated from our table of contents page, which is internet banking. To go back to the table of content page, I'll press Ctrl Home. Furthermore, to go to virtual classroom, I'll slide my mouse pointer to virtual classroom as you've seen. I'll press down the control key and the symbol changes to that of a human finger, after which I'll click just once. Once I click, I'll remove my hand from my keyboard, which I've just done. You now notice that our cursor is now blinking beside 2.1, which is the text we navigated from our table of contents page. I'll also press Ctrl Home and it takes me back to my table of contents page. This is how easy it is to automatically insert table of contents in Microsoft Office Word 2013. So, hope this session has been informative for you. That brings us to the end of table of contents in Word 2013. We're Tera-based resource. You can reach us on our phone number +234 9071 348276. Our email address terabaseresource@gmail.com. Hope this session has been informative for you. Thanks so much for your time, and bye for now.